Almost okay, ready. So, I can't even properly see all of you. I can see mostly your nose, and only your mouth.
Cannot be entirely true.
No, I can see from like here down. This is all I see of you.
I mean,
That's
that's most of my face.
whatever you just did. That's better. You're close
So
enough.
get back.
Yeah, that's fine. So what have you been up to? I haven't spoken to you in a couple of weeks, maybe. Well, not
Uh, has it really been that long since we spoke? Has it really been that long?
I mean, we text, but we haven't been on the phone for a while because you've been in Birmingham and then you're away for work or something. So
Yeah.
you're always up to something. Or I've been out of town. There's always been a reason. I
Yeah,
mean, we haven't done one of these in a month, maybe.
that's true. All right. Well, since the last time we spoke, I, that's a good point. Actually, I need to air some dirty laundry on you, and you have to apologise. I passed.
On me.
Yeah, I've passed an exam since the last time we spoke, and you posted an Instagram post about me being something like big, dumb, and ugly or something.
I stand by that.
I mean, that's not really how you congratulate people.
It is in this house.
Well, you and occasionally your daughter are not my friends anymore.
Okay, I'll tell you exactly what the point. Because I didn't call you big, dumb, and ugly. I said somehow this clown is running through his accounting certification exams left and right past another this morning. He's an idiot and he's got a massive nose, but he's the best and I love him to death. Congratulations, Jimbo. We love you. I don't understand why you would be upset about that.
Managed to warm and break my heart in one Instagram post.
Something that I wasn't completely sure about. Dad said underneath, well, you said you're not sure if you mad at it or not. And then Dad said, don't be. We're all very proud of you. Told you would be fine. And then he did like praying hands and then said MH.
Yeah,
And I don't.
Hagate.
Huh?
Mariska Hargitay.
He's such an idiot. He's the biggest moron.
So every time that we text each other, we both sign off with Mariska Hargitay now, every time.
What's the matter with why did nobody tell me about it? Why am I not included in this?
I don't know.
Bastards.
You want to be included in it?
Well, yeah. They're all left out now.
I mean, just reply to them. Don't tell them I told you, and just start sending MH, and you'll be right in there.
How do you know what that means?
No, he's not. I mean,
Next time I'm in a group chat with you, I'm just going to send a picture of her.
Yeah, all right.
That's going to how I'm going to end the conversation. I'm just going to leave a picture of her and then not respond to anything else.
Yeah. So I've been passing exams.
Yeah.
Been yesterday. Me and Laura helped a couple friends who have just bought an old, really outdated house.
An old person's house.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah. Shout out to him. He's not using it anymore, so they bought it, and they're doing it up. So the guy who's bought it. His dad is a builder, so they're ripping out walls, plastering, putting in piping, electricity, the whole thing. Because this dude's house was completely, because it was so outdated. None of the laborers that they brought into work in it were like, yeah, we're not like unless you redo everything, we're not updating anything because it'll just explode or set on fire. So you need to redo it or we're not working. So they had to redo the whole thing. So we were just helping out a little bit yesterday, sanding, using some power tools. Not pretty much.
Whenever you do that, do you feel like a sense of accomplishment? Like, do you feel like I'm a real man for doing this?
If it was my own home, yes, but because it's not my house, and I didn't want to do something that they didn't want me to do. I was checking all the time, like, is this okay? And in that case, I just feel like I'm checking, like, with my dad before I use a power tool or something. Like, does anyone mind? Is that all right? Because I didn't want to like saw through his living room table or something.
Yeah.
If it was my own.
Whenever the hurricane hit here last year, and we were pretty much tearing people's houses apart. like ripping up and out walls, furniture, all that stuff. I felt like I've gotten this in all types of different tools, cutting through walls and whatnot. And I felt like should be doing. Men should be making stuff. That's it. It was a pretty cool feeling when you start to get into all that kind of stuff. It gets to the point where I sometimes wish I could just go build, like I could buy a plot of land on the mountains and I could just build my own cabin, but I have absolutely no know-how on how to do that.
You remember? Do you remember when you really liked the idea of Seattle, and we were both?
Oh man, I still.
We were both into Grey's Anatomy, and
let's not.
Huh?
Nothing. We don't need to talk about
that. I knew you'd get all weird about that. But the guy in that wanted to just build his own house.
Oh, his house was dope as well. It was amazing.
So, I mean, what I'm really trying to say is you're pretty unoriginal, and you got your entire life story from Grey's Anatomy.
Well, hold on a second. Grey's Anatomy weren't the first people to ever build a house, build a cabin at the bottom of a mountain or on a mountain, were they?
Who built it at the bottom?
Well, no, he built it on the mountain, on the hill. But I actually have a friend whose parents, her dad was a pilot, and then he built a cabin at the bottom of one of the mountain ranges in Montana, like built the whole thing.
He built the whole mountain?
Yeah, every single stone. Yeah. No, he built it's like legit log cabin.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, stuff like that. I'm like, obviously, I mean, I've met him, but I don't know him very well. I'm like, you're a real man.
Yeah.
Real man.
Yep.
Because then I go through these phases of trying to really enjoy doing stuff like that. Like I've gotten really back into cooking again. Like last night, a friend of mine came over. I went out running yesterday, and I was going to make a grilled chicken salad. Was what I was thinking. And then on my run, I ran past this guy who was selling wood on the side of the street. And he was burning some of it, and I smelt it, and I was like, oh, that smells great. And I think it was mesquite wood. And so I knew I was going to be hanging out with this guy, and we were just going to hang out after we had both eaten. And I was like, you know what, let's scrap our dinner plans. I've got a couple of big ribeye steaks in the freezer. I'll thaw them out. Why don't we just go stick them on the fire? So you know that fire pit that we...
Oh, yeah, I saw your Instagram or your Snapchat maybe, like the first use of the year.
Yeah. So we lit the fire pit up, put some good wood on there. He brought over some spiced rum.
Nice.
I was drinking cold beers by the fire, and we seasoned these steaks up and we threw them on the fire, and like, this is living. This is... I don't know what it is. I feel like there's something so primal or so tribal about it. It's just like, oh, I'm supposed to... There's a part of me that knows whether or not I've done this before. There's something so satisfying about it. You just know you're supposed to do this. Awesome.
It's I don't know. I don't know if I get I like hanging out with friends and doing stuff like that, but I don't know if I get like a tribal calling for it or anything.
Not a tribal calling, no, but it's just like, it's like when you stare at a fire, it's like, why is that so interesting? Why is it so entertaining to watch a flame? It's not anything special, you know, but you could sit there for hours and watch it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, there's something, especially, so I didn't put it on the fire, but we were eating it while we were waiting for the fire to really get going. I had some jalapeno and cheese deer sausage. And it's deer that I killed, and I just cooked it over an open. Like, it's not like, it's just so, it's like the reason people go camping or go fishing or do any of that stuff. It's like all the frills and bells and whistles of cooking that you could use. Like I have sous vides, and I know people that have smokers and top of the range gas cookers and this and that. But really all you need is a fire. You just need a flame. And last night we were cooking over this flame, and the steak came out so good. There's like a smoky crisp to it, and it was perfectly medium rare. and that was all we ate. It was just sausage. There's no carbs. There's no vegetables. There's nothing. It was just straight meat. And at the end of it, you just like, yeah. And then I wish it had been whiskey. I mean, the rum was fine. We just like rum on the rocks and just hanging out and just talking about life under the stars.
Just so you know, inviting some friends around and having straight meat sounds gay.
It doesn't sound gay. It is gay because by steak, I'm talking about peens. So
Nice.
yeah, and I inhaled all of it. Yeah. Um, yeah, stuff like that. And I've started, I don't know why, I follow all of these different people on social media. There's a show on Netflix called Meat Eater, I think. And it's a guy, he's actually friends with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's on it a couple times, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm finishing the end of the series right now. But the guy's name is Steve Ranella. And it's just him, like they're going on bow hunting trips, and it's them like in the wild once they've got whatever it is that they're out there hunting for, and they clean the meat, they carry it out of wherever they're in, and then they cook it. And it's Steve Ranella like reducing bear fat so that he can use it as oil to cook his other meats. And it's like, oh man, like Bear Grylls, that whole thing of like, can you survive in the wild? It's just something, I don't know what it is about it. It just feels right when you do it.
If I see you on Naked and Afraid in the next 12 months, I am never talking to you again.
But see, like that doesn't necessarily appeal to me all that much because it doesn't feel authentic. Like, I mean, well, granted, maybe it is authentic, but people that are in those areas, or the areas that they choose for Naked and Afraid, nobody would choose to live there anyway. It's like, oh, there's a million bugs and it's 900 degrees all the time. No, like, go somewhere else.
I'm not sure that you can just do that.
Well, no, I mean, the show is designed to make people quit, pretty much. Like, if you can,
Yeah, no one send someone on Naked Afraid to the Bahamas to a 5-star resort.
well, no. But they could send them somewhere that's not 300% humidity and it's got flesh-eating bacteria in the water or something. Like you could put them in the middle of a jungle somewhere. I don't know.
Those notoriously safe jungles.
Yeah. Or put them in the mountains. Put them in the mountains in Colorado or in the Smoky Mountains, something like that. That'd be cool.
I don't know.
Or take them to Ben Nevis or something. Let them survive up there.
I've got mine all out on Ben Nevis, so anyone else couldn't.
What?
What?
God. So yeah. So I get it. I think that's part of why I enjoy doing all the martial arts stuff as well. It's that same like primal feeling, like when you can take care of yourself and you can defend yourself and you can beat somebody else up. Just feel. I think there's something hormonal about it. Like it makes more testosterone start pumping, and you just feel
No.
something different. I don't know what it is. Maybe it isn't, or maybe I'm just making that up. But probably just making it up.
Yeah, really, I honestly can't tell you. I mean, it's rare that I get a chance to do stuff like that here.
But I mean, you could go camping, like.
But the landscapes and stuff like that you would go camping on here are very different to anything kind of definitely anything to do with the States, really.
What do you mean?
Like, well, I'm not going to find. I don't know. Just in my head, maybe it's just stereotypes of America and Texas. That would be the camping would be way more primal and manly and cool, whereas here it would be, I don't know, like you could go camping to a campsite, but it'd be full of families.
That's not. That's glamping. That's not camping. Like camping is you go on to find a portion of land that's not. I mean, if it was up to me, I'd go to like one of the national parks here.
Yeah, but a lot of that's not like there are only legal sections of places like that you can camp.
That's true.
You can't free camp wherever you want. I didn't know that until we went camping. I mean, I've been camping this year, but it was.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it. I mean,
What did you like about it?
what did I like about it?
Yeah.
I just like waking up where we got to wake up. Like it wasn't. I don't know. Like it was the same last night when we finished doing like helping out in the house. They had a bunch of waste wood that they were trying to get rid of. So they're like, well, we'll just burn some of it. And
Yeah.
they had, a log burner, so we just chucked a bunch in there, and had barbecued a little bit, and just sat out and hanging out with friends and stuff like that around fires or just outside. It's just different than a dinner party or going to a bar or something like that. It's just
Yeah.
different.
100%. So one of the bachelor parties that I've been to several bachelor parties at this point, but probably my favorite. I mean, I've been to Vegas and I've done this and I've done stupid stuff, like all the crazy ones. Probably my favorite bachelor party was we went to a friend of the groom. It was Fred. One of his friends was his parents owned a ranch or like
Yeah.
a plot of land somewhere. It's like an hour and a half away. And so there's like a little body, like a little lake, like a little body of water, and it's all built up. There's big trees everywhere. And we found this little plot where we were going to hang out, and we set up our tents, and we dug like a fire pit. So we made space for the fire. Over it, we cooked over the fire, and we brought whiskey, and we brought cigars, and we brought a bunch of different like beers and alcohol and all that kind of stuff. And then a couple of the guys that had them brought guns because there's different stuff that you can hunt. And we brought clays so we could shoot clays the next morning. Um, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. There was like I think there was 8 of us there, and you just sit around the fire and you shoot the breeze and you're drinking and smoking cigars. I love smoking cigars when the time is right as well. Like I wouldn't do it every day. I wouldn't be a habitual cigar smoker. But at any time I'm around a fire, I would smoke a cigar
Yeah.
and drink whiskey.
Yeah. See, this is one of those things, right? And I don't know. I'm sure in the brief time that viewers have got to know me, whilst being a domestic goddess, the stuff like this, like when me and you hung out for my birthday, hung outside and smoked cigars. That like I really enjoyed that. Or when like if I was ever at uni, like I smoked a little bit at uni, not a lot, like just social kind of stuff.
Cigars.
No, just cigarettes.
Oh, you screw.
Yeah, no.
I don't know why I make any differentiation between that. I don't know. Cigarettes to me.
Cigars are a lot different in everyone's kind of mind. I think it's not just you. But anyway, so like I did anything like that, and I don't like whiskey. I wish I liked whiskey because it's a cool thing to be able to drink. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm like developing. It's like whenever I used to not like beer at all, and then I just drank it enough, and I started to find what I liked, and because whenever I was 15, 16, 17, I would drink beer, and it all tasted the same to me, and it all tasted gross. And then when I got to college and I started trying different stuff, like I was playing drinking games with house parties and stuff.
Yeah.
And, so I was forced to drink it, and I didn't enjoy it at all. But then I did it enough, and I was like, actually, it's not this is bad at all. It's just, I can understand why people enjoy playing these games now.
I've never had a problem with beer, but so if I ever try and smoke a cigar, whoever I'm with is like even now since we smoked for my birthday in Florida, everyone that talks about it here is like, oh yeah, I remember when you and Ben did that. Yeah, you look like you did not enjoy that at all. Like, or I don't suit it, or people just take the piss when I try and do stuff like that. I love doing it.
Do it. Who cares if people make fun of you? Just go do it. It's fun. Yeah, man, it's good stuff. I love doing that kind of stuff. Like there's those people in the world that are like, oh, I would need to live, like in my dream is to live in the mountains or live in the middle of nowhere with no way for people to be able to get in touch with me. And there's a part of me that's like, yeah, that'd be really cool to be able to do that. To just be isolated like that. And there's a part of me that's like, I enjoy going to the store and like going to the mall and going to bars and that kind of stuff as well. Like I wouldn't want to be completely isolated.
Yeah.
But I think so. I told you this already. The house I have now, I love the house I have now. I think it's a great first house, but I would already be ready for more. Like I don't. I mean, my house. I don't need a big house. I just want a ton of space. I want a lot of. Maybe not. I mean, some people talk about getting acreage. I could. I'd be happy with an acre.
Yeah.
And then you can just have everything. Like, I feel like I'm squeezing things in here. But if you have all that space,
It's kind of like the suburban garden. You don't have land, do you?
yeah, that's true. Yeah, but like it's like where we grew up, you could.
Yeah, we were spoiled for that.
Oh yeah, you just had acres and acres and acres to roam around, do whatever you wanted.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a really. So me and Laura have been looking. We went to go see a house today. Actually, we
Yeah.
didn't. We didn't intend to. We were just driving by, and we saw like a big estate with a bunch of signage on it, and we were like, "Oh, let's go check it out." So we went and had a look, and the houses were really like. If they were cheaper, we would have probably bought one today. They were so nice.
Wow.
But Laura's used to new builds, and I'm used to the farm. So like it took a while for us to even looking. So like we would go on websites and stuff and have a look at available houses in the area. And it took a while for me to be like, okay, I would maybe yeah, all right, I'd look at that and okay, I'd try that. But now I really like them just from looking. But I think we were so spoiled that in my head I was always going to live somewhere really, I don't know, with a lot of space, like you say. But I'm not for that at all now. I like the idea of a new modern house or something like that.
I mean, you can have new modern houses with big open spaces, though.
Not for a first-time buyer in this country though. You'd have to have a lot of money because there's not as much space here.
That's also true. Yeah, it's fun. Like it's fun planning it though. And I'm looking at I've got a few friends that have those kind of like a girl that I know, her and her fiance, they just bought a house as a I'm not in France actually in Albert, but they bought it's like not a big house, it's nice, kind of like an old style farmhouse, and they're doing a lot of work to it. But it's on 17 acres. Yeah. And she cuts hair, and he is a he owns and operates. I don't know if he owns, but he operates like a wakeboarding
Oh, okay.
place. Uh,
It's not like
I
they
mean, they don't make even crazy money, but
yeah.
like some of the pictures that she posts of where they live, it's one of those like she sits on the patio in the morning and drinks her coffee while the dog runs around outside, and you can see like the mist coming in over these huge fields, and like, oh damn,
Yeah.
I can't do that. Oh,
Imagine the sit on lawnmower you'd need for that.
well, I mean, it's just a field. You don't mow it. It's like saying we would have mowed the fields at home.
You have to keep your land in some way though. You can't just let it just grow and grow and grow.
Who mowed the fields at the farm?
I mean, Grandad would go through it with a tractor all the time.
He would what?
Go through it with a tractor all the time.
He would muck it, but he wasn't like he was fertilizing it, but he wasn't cutting it.
Doesn't sound right.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we went kind of sideways on topic there. I don't know how we got to that.
yeah, we did. um, Also, what do you think about how short this is?
Definitely better. I'm used to it now.
Wait, this is a 2 on top and like a 0 on the sides.
Yeah, I'm definitely more used to the shaved head. It's just because you kept a little for a while. I got used to that again, but I think it looks fine. Just never shave your beard.
No, I will probably won't do that. It just won't.
I mean this with all the love in the world. You're starting to look like an older man now too.
I am an older man. I'm almost 30.
I know, but like I've never. You sent me a picture when you shaved your hair the first time. I was like, he looks like he could be 30 now. In my head, he never really looked like that.
Yeah, I know. It is unusual, but the fact that I have a 4-year-old daughter as well.
Yeah, that's also crazy.
Life comes at you really fast.
I'm about to find out. I think.
That's true. That's true. We won't discuss that, but yes. Um. So I went out on Friday night after work. Went to go get some drinks for happy hour.
Mm-hmm.
And so that one of the girls I work with lives over somewhat on the same side of town. She's probably 3 or 4 exits down the freeway from me.
Yeah.
So whenever because she always goes out too. So whenever we go out, the agreement is I'll ride back with her. And so Friday night we went out and we're all hanging out, we're having a good time, whatever. And I ended up meeting up with another friend. So I didn't want to take my backpack with my work laptop. I didn't want to take it with me to go out because I've done that before and it's terrible. So I left it in the back of her car. And we went out, and she ended up leaving earlier than me. And I was like, "Oh, I've got my wallet, my phone, my wallet. If anything comes to it, I'll just grab an Uber and I'll go home. It's fine. I'll just get back to the car. It's not a big deal." And so I ended up staying out. I ended up meeting up with another friend. And at the end of the night, we closed the bar down. And we're like, "All right, well, I guess I'll see you later." And as I reached into my pockets, I was like, "I'm just gonna catch an Uber to go to the car." I like grabbed my pockets and I realized that my car keys aren't in my pocket. Son of a bitch! They're in the back of her car. And so at this point, it's 2:15, and she left about an hour and a half earlier. So I'm calling, and my phone is on 17% battery.
Nice.
So I call her, no response. I text her, no response. So eventually this friend is like, "Where are you going to stay?" I was like, I don't have anywhere to stay right now. I'm not going to start calling people at 2 o'clock in the morning to ask if I can go spend the night at their place.
Mm-hmm.
So they were saying, "We'll just come stay at mine. That's fine. We'll go grab some food and we'll go stay at mine." I was like, "All right, that's fine." So then the next morning, I'm supposed to be coaching Nora's soccer. And they're supposed to be playing at 10 or 10:30, I think, but way on the other side in Friendswood. I was downtown, so I was probably 25 miles away.
Mm-hmm.
And I still can't get in touch with this girl who's got my stuff.
Yeah.
I still can't get in touch with her. My phone, when I wake up, is on 7% battery. So I need to order an Uber to get back over to that side of town just to be at my car and then hope that she calls me back before my phone dies.
Yeah.
It's just a mess. So then we get stuck in traffic, and I still haven't heard from her. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on. So at 2%, she calls me and was like, "Hey, where are you?" I'm like, "I'm on my way over in my car. Can I meet you over there?" She's like, "Yeah, that's." Phone dies.
Whew.
So she ends up telling me that she's going to meet me over there. And when I got there, she apparently had just gotten there. She'd been there for maybe a couple minutes. She looked at me. She came out of her car and she's like, "Walk of shame, looking ass boy." I was wearing all the same clothes that I wore. Because I went to work where I didn't go home after work to change or anything. So I went out in exactly what I went to work in. So I've been wearing the same clothes effectively for 24 straight hours.
Nice.
Yeah, it was not a good day. So yeah, I didn't do very much at all yesterday. I went for a 12-kilometer run though, which was quite nice.
In a suit, that's gross.
In jeans, yeah. No, I came home and I watched the United and Chelsea game. I argued with Dad about it, and then I was supposed to go. To an open mat jiu-jitsu, but they pushed it back. So I don't know why they cancelled it. But so instead of that, I was like, "Well, what else can I do?" I was like, "Well, the most I've ever run is 10 kilometers."
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I want to do more than that. So I ran 12.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really hard, and my body's in pieces this morning. So I'm absolutely thrilled that I did it.
I have a fairly funny work story about trying to make boss moves and it going pretty badly.
Nice. Please go ahead.
We have these things at work now in my new role, which they're called joint venture analytics.
Mm-hmm.
And essentially, because it's a joint venture, we take in like the profit from the joint venture and the cost and the revenue and everything. We take in a share of that because we are a portion of the joint venture. And the idea is that as one of the parents, like as one of the people within that joint venture, we review the numbers so that we make sure that we're taking in the right share. Not parent companies. I didn't mean that.
Did you say it's one of the parents?
Yeah, I didn't mean that. Can't remember. One of the partners. Sorry.
Close. I'm just
Yeah.
like.
So we're supposed to kind of review their numbers and whatever else. So these things are high level, crazy complicated. And the girl that had the job before me had it for a year. And when she left, she was like, I still don't really understand it. And I've been doing it a year, so don't feel worried. So this is my second.
That was a lot of worry.
Yeah. So you do these reviews once a month. So it's only my second month in the job. And I go with the guys that clearly know what they're doing. There's two guys, or one guy that is above me, who's way more senior, and he explains stuff slowly to me, and I still don't understand it. Okay. And he was like, do we have one of those meetings today, James? And I was like, yes. Now, this is already strike A, because I was supposed to put in his calendar, and I didn't.
Job.
So he was like, well, I can't. I'm way too busy now. So we're gonna have to reschedule. And he's like kind of stressing out that he's busy and whatever else. And I was like, okay, James, now's your time. I'll do it.
Oh.
Yep. So he was like, we can just reschedule. I was like, no, I'll do it. And he's like, are you sure? I was like, yeah. Like, and I didn't expect him to assume I would come out with like getting it all done perfectly. Yeah. But I wanted him to know that I wasn't going to be a pansy about offering to do it.
Right.
I was like, no, I can do this. So these meetings take usually around 4 hours. They take about 4 hours. So I walk into this meeting and it's a Skype call, and he's like Skyping me questions to ask and stuff like that. So I ask some of his questions, and he goes into a meeting in the meantime, and then he comes back out of his and finds me at my desk. And he's like, what are you already doing at your desk? You've only been gone for like 45 minutes. And I was like, done. And he was like, you are kidding me, aren't you? And I was like, nope. And he was like, so how did it go? And I was like, I want to call them back next week. I really tried to bluff it out, and he was like, so we'll review your comments on Monday, and then anything that you missed, I'll call back and we can sort out. But I'd like, you had balls to try. I'm kind of impressed. And it's like, all right, cool. I spent the rest of my afternoon furiously trying to make up comments.
Oh, no.
I had written about 4, and I was supposed to write one for about 108 lines. I was like, I can do some of this off memory, and some of it I'm just going to copy and paste from last month. Nobody doesn't check last month's file.
Oh, God.
But yeah, this is month 2 in the job.
He shouldn't be allowed out then.
No, he shouldn't be allowed out at all. How are you, Mum?
I'm okay. How are you?
Oh,
All right.
Oh, in fact, some of me's all right. My legs aren't great.
yeah. So you know how, just for everyone else's viewership, our mum is due for a hip replacement in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. She repeatedly keeps playing rounds of golf.
Don't understand. That drives me crazy. It blows my mind, Mum.
I'm just on the kind of, it was a really nice day, and I can't make it any worse, can I?
Yes.
Oh, you can! You can!
You did.
Well, it's going to get fixed anyway, so it doesn't matter whether it's completely knackered or not, does it, really?
I hate you.
But he didn't disagree with my logic there, did he?
I don't think he had the patience to deal with your logic.
Well, I've already told her. I've tried to tell you this before. How would you enjoy pain? How do you feel about pain?
I'm kind of not enjoying it very much right now.
Then what the hell are you doing?
Well, go and wake your dad up and he can take the bloody dogs for a walk.
Oh. Well, yeah, he should be walking the dogs. He's not. But I just cannot comprehend. You probably wouldn't. You probably could have avoided needing a hip replacement had you not continuously aggravated this injury over and over again.
What do you mean?
That hurdles race that you took part in was irresponsible.
What do you mean?
You've been hurt. You were talking about how much this hurt when you were here at Christmas. And all you've done...
Yeah, but no, in all fairness, right, I complained that I thought that I'd got some kind of groin strain 12 months ago, right? And I went to the doctors and they said, right, okay, what you need to do, it'll be tendon damage. You need to go and get physio. So I had 6 weeks of physio which made it work.
How much were you resting during the 6 weeks of physio?
I was doing what they were telling me to do.
That's true. I can testify to that much.
I was doing what they were telling me to do. They gave me all these exercises to do, and it was really painful. And after 6 weeks, I said to him, I don't think this is going well. And he said, no.
My leg came off.
I think if we were doing the right thing, it should be starting to show signs of improvement now, and it's not. Go back and get a scan. So I went back and got a scan, and they said, not tendon damage at all. Your tendons are actually okay. It's a hernia. Let's fix a hernia. So they fixed a hernia, and I went back after I'd had my hernia op, and they said, are you feeling better? And I said, no, I don't feel any better. I don't feel any different. It's still really painful. So they sent me.
I saw you after your hernia operation, and you were not taking it easy at all.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But when I've had the MRI scan, the consultant that I've seen said the cartilage in your hip joint is, well, he didn't use this word, but he said the cartilage in your hip joint is buggered. There's nothing I can do to repair it. It's not going to get any better. It's going to get worse. You need
a second opinion.
And that's what I'm doing. So there is no cartilage in my joint. So it's painful because the bone is rubbing on the bone. I'm not making it any worse. I'm not causing any more damage that isn't going to get rectified when I have surgery.
But you are regularly hurting yourself.
I'm in pain now. And I haven't done anything extravagant today. I've walked around a garden centre and taken the dogs for a walk, and that's all I've done.
All I did was lunge for a mile.
I did a set of front squats and back squats, and that was it. Have you been swimming or playing golf? Or
I played golf yesterday. I haven't been swimming.
I haven't done anything extravagant today.
Shouting at Mum for
Laura, Laura, come and defend me. You were playing golf again, is that what you're shouting at?
There's no defending it, Mum.
Laura is giving her the eyes that said, I'm on their side, Carol.
Yeah, there's zero defending it.
Well,
and the crazy thing is,
couch potato sitting around doing nothing. How boring is that?
Yeah, it is boring, Mum, but it doesn't fucking hurt.
Swear at me, I'm your mother. This is getting in this house.
I told Mum to fuck off the other day. What was it for? No, it was for something valid in my defense.
What was probably something valid, Mum?
She told you your trousers were too short.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Just, James, your trousers too short, and you just turn around.
Might have done, yeah.
Don't laugh at him. You're supposed to be the big serious brother.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I did. Both.
I forgot. So I did this. We got to Asda today. Me and Laura went to Asda, and they're already selling advent calendars.
Oh God.
And mine's done. So Laura was like, "If you want an advent calendar, I will buy you an advent calendar." She was acting like a child. And you know how kids pick things up and like if they're gonna run with it, they hold it above their head, like really excited. So I picked one off the top shelf, and as I went to run, the biggest group of chavs walked into the house and built some, and I was like, "Woo! Advent calendar!"
Move! Get out of the way!
I like the biggest tool, and I look behind me, and Laura's dying laughing. Joke's on them because I've got a Cadbury advent calendar.
The Cadbury's one. You didn't tell me that part. That part's important.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Laura. I can't help it.
So that does make me curious as to when, well, I say our advent calendars arrive. You don't even buy me advent calendars anymore. You just get them for Nora.
I got you one to share last year.
To share?
It was a very big, expensive advent calendar, if I remember rightly.
To share?
They probably cost me 3 times more to post than a bloody thing cost in the first place.
Well, stop buying things over there and sending them here. Buy them online and have them shipped to you for the millionth time. And also, how do you think this is going to go down? Oh, it's the 6th of December. No, Nora. This huge chocolate is mine today. You think that 4-year-old is going to be like, oh, all right. Can't wait till tomorrow. share it. What's your mind?
If your 4-year-old can't learn to
Was
share,
it-
that
was
is
it
not
not-
Mum's fault.
Was it not last year that I bought the big snowman?
Yeah,
With
it
all the things in it? No, that was a year before because we were there last Christmas.
was.
Oh no, it was last Christmas. I bought that huge big snowman and put little things in all the pockets.
I know, and I didn't get one of them.
That was a big special effort I made.
I know, but he made it for her, not for me.
Is he really complaining that you give his daughter gifts?
I made it for both of you. You won't go and fall back baggage.
And
No, Mum, that's like me buying a Pink Floyd Blu-ray set and then saying it's for you
Look at
again.
the snowman.
Excuse
You
me?
have to eat the chocolates. I was thinking about your health.
Well, at least you think about someone's health, Mum. Evidently, you don't think about your own.
You got yourself a treadmill for Christmas.
She's been on the rowing machine every day.
She did that a month ago.
You went on a rowing machine.
It was all right though because she warmed up on a cross trainer. Look at her. She looks like a kid in detention.
I'm trying to look.
So
I'm trying to look
aggravating.
at my weight.
Try to what?
After my weight.
You'll be a lot lighter when they amputate that leg.
You're not very supportive, boys.
Heather is trying to walk on one leg.
Yeah, neither is that hip of yours by the sound of it. God. It's so... The crazy thing is, if whenever I was playing basketball and I was hurt, Mum was the loudest voice to say, you need to let it heal. Take care of it because you've only got one of them. Sure enough.
In fairness, though, she hasn't got one of them. They're about to give her a new one, so that kind of goes out the window.
Well, how does that work? What kind of hip are they going to give you?
Big one.
A ceramic one, I think.
Ceramic? That can't be the right word, surely.
So.
Aren't
I have,
plates ceramic?
Yeah.
I have a ceramic tooth.
Have you?
I do.
Why? Am I missing out on the ceramic body part giveaway or something?
It's not a giveaway, they're very expensive.
No.
Mum, you haven't said anything about my new haircut.
I really like your new haircut, Ben.
Oh, thanks.
Okay. It could have been a lot worse.
This is the shortest I've ever had it.
Oh, it's okay. Isn't it? It's okay. I think
It
it's
was
okay.
3 inches longer than this a month ago, and you're like, oh, man.
I get much more worried when your beard starts to touch your t-shirts. Looks like some kind of weird terrorist.
All right then.
You asked for it. You've been giving me a hard time, so I'm just going to give it you back.
I also haven't really done anything to my beard. I don't know why it would be.
No, it looks
Yeah.
it looks a little bit
It
more
looks
tame.
a little bit under control.
I don't think it should be any less terroristy than it has been.
What's that? Who's that? Who's that player that plays for Rockets?
James Harden.
Yeah. Don't get one like him.
I don't want one that long.
Good.
Did you see the Rockets yesterday, James?
I mean, the fight that they got in.
Yeah.
I did see that.
What was it you called it this morning? Fisticuffs.
I was trying to equate it to a language that Laura would understand.
Got into a spot of fisticuffs, is that what you said?
I think I might have done. Somewhat of a ruckus.
I didn't even know Laura. What is Laura doing? Where is she? What is she doing?
Sat right opposite.
There's a beanbag right there. Why are you sitting on the table for this?
That's a good point, actually.
No,
It's a big effort to get a height of a beanbag, let me tell you.
Oh, but why would you want to?
What did you...
That's very true.
What-
Anyway, I need to run downstairs and check the oven. So
I need to triple jump downstairs.
You know what? I've left my skipping rope. I will maybe go.
and then I might come back and annoy you a bit more.
Well, no, we're about to call it a show.
Oh, are you?
Did you realize that this is being recorded?
Yeah,
No.
you're going to be on YouTube, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Yep.
Why do you think we're using Google Hangouts instead of FaceTime?
On Brothers Abroad.
Oh my god.
Or this week's episode, Brothers Abroad, they should stay abroad. We don't like terrorists.
Oh, God.
That should be the name of this month's episode.
Terrorist. No, it might get pulled off YouTube.
Probably will, yeah.
Right, okay then. Are you going really?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. All right. Nice to see you.
You see,
Nice. Take care, you. I'll
All
go
right.
out an advent calendar right away, Ben.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Also, my birthday is coming up. I don't know if you were aware of that.
I've forgotten about that.
Mine's first.
Shut up, Laura. No, well, yeah, it is. You're right.
You think she was wrong?
What do you want for your birthday?
I would like a gas grill.
As in a barbecue.
Yes.
Okay.
You are the biggest arse.
Me?
Yes.
I was just asked the question. I mean, she doesn't have to get it. She asked me what I want, and I told her what I want.
You know, that's like saying to Grandma, no, I don't like grapes and Lucozades. She's going to bring it anyway.
No, it's not. It's not the same.
Right.
All right.
With a hot.
I would like to see how long it's going to take you to get up, though.
Don't be mean.
Go on, Mum.
I think you're really horrible.
Nope.
She's just limped out the door.
All right.
I have just put some chicken in the oven. You want some?
Okay, what chicken
It's
is what?
like I found it in the freezer.
This is why our podcast isn't very professional. It's because Mum walks in and talks about frozen chicken.
It's in like a sweet chili
Ooh.
thingy.
Laura?
It's well, the one below is, but I could just do.
I'll just wait, guys.
Well, yes, please. Yeah, sure. I'll come down
Well,
too.
yeah,
Whenever
it's
you-
not like I don't expect to kind of go on with
No,
anything because
no.
it's just a bit that was left in the freezer.
No, that's fine. Thank you.
Bye, Ben.
Bye, Mum.
What did you think of the macro that I sent you this week?
I was deeply hurt by that.
I sent Laura one as well.
What was hers?
Who's the more attractive partner?
What were the responses?
What were the responses?
If I said James, it was down straight. If I said Laura, it was don't be crazy. You're definitely punching.
You're definitely what? Punching.
Yeah, punching. I find it's a good way to give people an ultimatum and mock them at the same time.
Yeah. And where's the ultimatum in there?
You have to choose between two answers, you knob.
Yeah, but there's no consequences to
There's hurtful comments at either end.
it. There's no winners when it comes to this. All right. Let's call it a day.
Yeah, all right.
Everybody like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you. Bye. Say bye. Bye. Say you love me.
Every time.
Say you love me.
I'll send you a macro.
I was talking to Laura.
Oh, Laura, tell Ben that you love him.
Love you, Ben.
Love you, Laura. Bye.
Oh, God.